Over centuries, there have been a number of unforgettable African dynasties, some standing strong, with others fizzled over time. Welcome to Tunacheki, and in today's video, we take a look at the top 10 greatest African dynasties. Before we get into the video, remember to subscribe and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our videos. Number 10. House of Zulu, 1816 to 1897. The Zulu Kingdom, sometimes referred to as the Zulu Empire, was a monarchy in southern Africa. The kingdom grew to a great dominance when Shaka Zulu expanded the kingdom's area of control over the years. He reigned from 1816 to 1828, in which he established his people's dominance over their neighbors using a well-disciplined and efficient fighting force. Number 9. House of Azkia, 1390 to 1567. Azkia Dynasty was an African Muslim family that ruled the extensive Songhai Empire of West Africa, centered in Gao in present Mali, from 1493 to 1591. Its members included the dynasty's founder Muhammad Azkia, Azkia Musa, who reigned between 1528 to 1531, and Azkia Ismail, who reigned in 1537 to 1539. Number 8. House of Kikuleni, 1390 to 1567. House of Kikuleni was a dynasty that ruled the Kingdom of Congo. The kingdom was located in Central Africa in present-day northern Angola, the western portion of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the Republic of the Congo, as well as the southernmost part of Gabon. The Kikuleni were the springboard for most of the major factions that battled for control of Congo during its civil war. Number 7. House of Changamire, 1684 to 1889. Changamire dynasty ruled a vast area in Central Africa between the Zambezi and Limpopo rivers, now in Zimbabwe. The dynasty was the greatest power in Central Africa from the 15th century until its destruction about 1830. It succeeded even in driving the Portuguese out of the interior of Africa. Number 6. House of Sise, 300 to 1100. House of Sise, ruled by King Kaya Magan Sise or Kaya Magan, is known as the oldest African dynasty, which ruled a vast majority of the Ghana Empire, based in West Africa and modern-day southeast of Mauritania and western Mali. The empire was founded by the Soninke people and was based in the capital city of Kumbi Saleh. The Ghana Empire grew rich from its increased trans-Saharan trade in gold and slaves and salt, allowing for larger urban centers to develop. The traffic furthermore encouraged territorial expansion to gain control over the different trade routes. Number 5. House of Alawi, 1666 till present. House of Alawi is the longest-serving dynasty to rule the Moroccan Empire. The empire was one of the most important empires in the Mediterranean region, playing many influential roles in both the history of Europe and Western Africa. The dynasty is the current Moroccan royal family and reigning dynasty. They are an Arab Sharifan dynasty and claim descent from the Prophet Muhammad through his grandson Hassan ibn Ali. Number 4. House of Sephawa, 1085 to 1846. Sephawa dynasty is the name of the Muslim kings, or Mai as they call themselves, of the Kanem-Bornu Empire, centered first in Kanem in western Chad and then after 1380 in Borno, today northeastern Nigeria. The dynasty was rooted in the Tubu expansion by the Kanembu. The legendary eponymous ancestor of the Sephawa, as the Magumi are called, only became in Muslim times Saif, the Lion of Yaman. The pre-Muslim dynasty is known as the Dugua dynasty. The Sephawa dynasty ended in 1846 and was succeeded by a series of sheikhs who ruled the Bornu Empire until 1893. House of Aududua, 1300 to 1897. The House of Aududua ruled the vast majority of the Kingdom of Benin and was a kingdom in which is now in southwestern Nigeria. It has no historical relation to the modern Republic of Benin, which was historically known as Dahomey from the 17th century until 1975. The Kingdom of Benin's capital was Edo, now known as Benin City in Edo State, Nigeria. The Benin Kingdom was one of the oldest and most developed states in the coastal hinterland of West Africa. It was formed out of the previous Edo Kingdom of Igodomigodo around the 11th century AD and lasted until it was annexed by the British Empire in 1897. Number 2. Keita Dynasty, 1230 to 1670. The Keita Dynasty ruled pre-imperial and imperial Mali Empire from the 11th century into the early 17th century. It was a Muslim dynasty and its rulers claimed descent from Bilal Keita. Bilal Keita was a freed slave who accepted Islam and became one of the Sahabas of the Prophet Muhammad. Sundiata Keita was the first ruler of the Mali Empire who founded the powerful Mali Empire in the 13th century CE. He laid the foundation for a powerful and wealthy African empire and proclaimed the first charter of human rights, the Mandan Charter, common in most royal dynasties to try to link their origins to some divine or religious personalities, and was common across cultures and religions. And the number 1 spot for greatest African empire goes to House of Solomon, 1270 to 1974. The Solomonic dynasty, also known as the House of Solomon, was a dynasty of the Ethiopian Empire formed in the 13th century. Its members claim lineal descent from the biblical King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. Tradition asserts that the queen gave birth to Menelik first after her biblically described visit to Solomon in Jerusalem. In 1270, the Zangwe dynasty was overthrown by Yekuno Amlak, who claimed descent from Solomon and founded the Solomonic era of Ethiopia. The dynasty lasted until 1974, ended by a coup d'etat and the deposition of Haile Selassie, who was a Solomonic prince through his grandmother. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, follow, share and like our video. It's the best way of supporting us. And remember, Africa is watching.